And she throws up whatever she eat. She leave the bathroom with a nosebleed. Regular girl, celebrity dreams. She is 90210. She live her whole life like TV. She would do anything for everything. Her regular girl, celebrity dreams.
We all have imagined a life with endless possibilities. A life that would be better, richer, and fuller for yourself, where success and wealth is vital if you want to be satisfied and happy. The obsession over the extinct goals such as beauty, fame, and wealth have never been seen negatively. I mean, what's wrong with fame and fortune? It's the American dream. But what if there is a dark side to the American dream? It's unfortunate when you realize that to strive to live the American dream as defined by pop culture is physically and mentally detrimental. People tend to figure that having eccentric goals such as wealth and fame will help their well-being. Realistically, the desire to be rich and famous calls for a sure path to discontent. It's easily forgotten in a consumer society that money cannot buy happiness. Oftentimes, we do not see the flaws in the things we're trying to attain. It's simply because we do not want to realize the imperfections of something we look at as so important and necessary for our happiness. Nowadays, people are so preoccupied with pursuing their goals to achieve the American dream that they don't realize the dark side exists as well. According to many psychologists, it's a well-known fact wealth is psychologically unhelpful and destructive. This photo of Britney Spears wearing a t-shirt saying, "I am the American dream," is a perfect example of someone ruined by pursuing wealth. Britney was extremely successful due to her singing career, but plummeted toward rock bottom in 2007. Another psychologist states that people who aspire to be famous are more likely to use cigarettes, alcohol, and other drugs and have more transient relationships. Sure enough, Britney turned to drugs and alcohol during her time of wealth and success, and in 2008, divorced her husband. Her behavior was bizarre. Her questionable parenting skills, public scenes, and a shaky comeback performance. She had to be admitted to the UCLA Medical Center for treatment. People preoccupied with fame and wealth are oftentimes more depressed than others and report more behavioral problems and physical discomfort. Therefore, it's apparent that if looking at this photograph of Britney Spears, that she's a perfect example of someone who's experienced the dark side of the American dream and shows us the severe damage it can cause a person. As life goes on, people's opportunities for fame begin to subside, and when they realize they're going to die soon, they avert their focus to becoming famous and gaining social acceptance. People have an urge to be known by complete strangers. They want people to care about what they're doing every second of the day. However, they neglect to realize the damage that can be caused. Oftentimes, people treated too positively can acquire a superior attitude, also known as narcissistic personality disorder. They begin to expect others to recognize their accomplishments and their superiority while they're rarely interested in anyone but themselves. It's strange and twisted because when that attention does come, the irony is you want more privacy. People who don't seem to understand that with fame comes emotional distress and you yearn for privacy, but it's simply non-existent anymore. Without any privacy, you become constantly aware of what others think about you, and you become extremely self-conscious, and that alone can ruin you like it ruined Kurt Cobain and John Cheever. Kurt Cobain committed suicide at age 27, and how it was reported that John Cheever began drinking more heavily after his wide acclaim. When you're famous, people create these ridiculous expectations that you feel you need to live up to. You have to agree in the sense that fame and no personal privacy can ruin a person. Also, that our expectations are expectationally high and oftentimes ridiculous. For example, a foreign model, 5'8" and 120 pounds, suffered a fatal heart attack due to a crash diet she's been on. It's because we have this idea in our heads that supermodels have to be stick thin, and if they become self-conscious about it, that they'll end up starving themselves, and unfortunately, some don't make it. We penalize celebrities with an unjust double standard, insisting that they maintain healthy diets, drink responsibly, engage in faithful relations with their spouses, and turn down film roles where they're asked to participate in inappropriate activities such as smoking. Now, while researching this topic, it was brought to my attention that we set our expectations so high for celebrities that we unknowingly cause them to harm themselves due to causing them mental and emotional distress. The idea of fame is intriguing and can create narcissistic personality, which hides the idea of no more privacy. When you finally realize it the hard way, it might be too late. You may already be mentally and emotionally distressed. You can end up ruining yourself, just as Cobain and Cheever. Living the American dream is an aspiration of many people. However, the possible emotional, physical, and mental distress is overlooked. As someone once said, lurking behind every chance to be made whole by fame is an axeman of further dismemberment. We have to be more careful and not overlook the flaws in the things we admire because it can, in time, hurt us mentally and physically, and quite frankly, the American dream isn't quite worth that distress.